Okay, so I thought I'd do something different today. Um, Basically, start off with something cool that I'll teach you guys, but at the same time, I just wanted to chat to you guys about what it is to be a man and what I hope you guys will be able to be like when you're older. Um, yeah, being a man is it's difficult work. Um, you know, I think so much today has just turned into soft people, and part of being a man and being a leader is doing the difficult stuff. Um, yeah, I think when you see something wrong, when you see someone else being treated poorly, that's basically the time for you to stand up and say something. And I think, I don't know, like if you watch videos on um, TikTok and YouTube and stuff now, I think it's so often they've got these people that put themselves in situations and see if people are kind. And I think that's so bad that we have to make videos to get people just to be nice, and to try and find these odd people that actually care about others. And I think being a man is being strong and being hard, but at the same time, it's being soft and being able to help people that need help. Um, and those are, a couple of things that I'd like you guys to really to work on is be hard, be gangster, be like proper strong people. But at the same time, I think it's your job to look out for people that are not as strong as you, because at some stage in your life, maybe you're going to be that person that's not strong. And yeah, it'd be lovely if somebody else was to look out for you. Um, yeah, I think it's really important just to look out for other people, um, and be a nice guy. Like I think so often, I think these people are out there and they're like, "Well, if you have a choice to be a nice guy or not, always choose the nice guy. What do you have to lose?" And I think in this day and age, like often so much just goes on about be the best, I'm first, blah blah blah. But you don't have to be first. Like I think if you're a nice person, you end up being first anyways. But you can just look after people, which is so much of a bigger gift. I think instead of it all being about you, let's make it about others for a change. And I think what you put out into the world is what you end up getting back. So, yeah, one of my first things to use: be hard, be strong, look after other people. Yeah, those are three things that I think a man should really do. Yeah, to get back into what I was doing over here, I basically just took this apple, yeah, and I've just cut little V's out of it. So I got one big V, and then a smaller one, and a smaller one, and so on. Yeah. So we'll just take those and we'll place them on the side. Okay. So the next part of it, we're going to do the same thing on this side and on that side, just cutting out the big V's. Yeah. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is being men of character, and like, what does that mean? What does it mean to be a man of character? And I think for me, it means that if you say something and you say, I'm going to do this, then do it. If it means that you have to work harder than everyone else, yeah, that's how it is. But you've given somebody your word, and if you say you're going to do it, do it. Yeah? I think it's just so easy to say, oh, it's too much work, let it go, over it, someone else will do it. But I think at the end of the day, if people can't trust what you say, you've got nothing. So it does mean that sometimes people will try and abuse that because they know that you will do more than everyone else. But that's okay. Like, rather have that and be somebody that people can trust than to be somebody that just nobody even asks anymore because he's probably not going to do it anyways. Like, be a man of character. That what you say, you actually do. Which is, yeah, it's not something that is also common these days. And it's something that I would really love for you guys to have in your day to day, that you are just men of character. Yeah? That saying please and thank you is something that's really important. It shows your character. It shows that you respect and you are thankful for what other people do for you. And I don't think that's a weakness. I think it's actually strong to be able to say, yeah, cheers, that guy actually helped me. So be a man of character, be strong, like be proud of yourself, and be proud in everything you do. That doesn't mean you have to go around telling people how good you are. It means just being proud in everything that you do. Okay, so back onto our apple. We've got the two sides and we've cut those into V's also. And what's left over is that other half. So this is a little bit more tricky. You want to try to just take off the back. And remember what I said in my cooking video, always use a sharp knife. So, and then what I'm going to try and do here is, as good as possible, make a swan's head. It's not amazingly easy, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so it's not an amazing swan, but it'll do. So after that, we're going to need a toothpick. So I'm going to grab one of those and then we can finish it up. Okay, and before we finish this up, the last thing I wanted to get to is being respectful. Be respectful to everyone. Everyone's earned it. Some people are maybe not as nice as the next person, but everyone deserves respect. And I think that's something, if you respect people, you just get put on the top of the pile straight away. And I think it comes down again to like being a nice guy. And I think when it comes down to that decision, like, am I going to be a dick or am I going to be a nice guy? Like, boys, I think that decision is so important. Every time you get into a situation where you can choose, I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want, or wait, I'll just think about other people for a change. Like, I think that's what it comes to. I think that this video is that big. That's the biggest thing for me that you get out of this video, is basically that be nice. Be nice to each other. Like, you guys are like best buds already, but be nice to each other. I think if you have the opportunity to say something nice to your brother, then do it. You know, what have you lost? What have you lost by saying that? Nothing. But perhaps that's just the time that your brother really needed to hear that. You know, I think it doesn't necessarily have to just be your brother. It can be anyone. When you get that feeling, you're like, wow, you know what, that guy's doing such a good. Tell him, tell her, yeah. Be the person that, yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable to talk about. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. What do you have to lose? But it could be that at that moment, that's exactly what that person needs to hear. And you could have just sat on that comment and said, yeah, it's a little bit weird to say that they're doing a good job. No, just tell them. Be open, be honest. I think that's something that's lacking so much with, It's like this being real, you know? I think today it's so hard to be real because people just take the piss out of you. It's like, no, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, it matters what you think. And if you think that's the correct way of doing it, then do it. Yeah? Don't worry about everybody else, because who cares what other people think? It's such a waste of your time and everyone else's if you worry the whole time, oh, yeah, but if I do that, what is that person going to think about me? What are they going to say? Who cares? If you are strong enough in your own understanding of who you are and why you are doing things, and if you are doing these things out of love for yourself and love for others, who cares what anyone else thinks? Yeah? So, yeah, that's my last little bit of this video. And I think it all kind of links together. Being a man of character is being secure in yourself and knowing what you believe is right, helping people when they need help, putting others first, taking the back seat sometimes. Not always. And that's why I said at the beginning, be strong. Because there's sometimes when people will try and take advantage of you. And that's where you have to stand up and say, no, not with me. But if you just constantly say, no, not with me, then you're missing out on the second part of it, which is that compassionate side, where it's looking after other people and sometimes taking a backseat, because it's also important just to not always be number one. Because, I mean, it's not life, is it? That you're always going to win. There's times where you're going to lose, and you're going to lose fantastically. Yeah? But that's okay, because that's where you learn. So I think like as a sport teacher, I always tell my kids at school is lose with grace and win with grace. Yeah? So be graceful. When you win, obviously go nuts, have fun, enjoy it because you've worked for it and you've done it. If you lose, do it gracefully. Congratulate the others and say, well done boys, well done girls. You've done it. Yeah? You beat us because you were better. Good job. We'll work harder and we'll come back stronger. But be graceful in losing and graceful in winning. So, this is the last part. We've got our V's that we've cut out, and what you're going to do is you're just going to slide them backwards, like, oops, like that. Yeah. And we'll place that in the middle, and we'll do the same with the ones for the side. Take that one back out again. And we'll put that inside. There's my other one. I think I'll swap these two around a bit. That one goes, yeah. That one goes in there. That one goes in there. And then we take our toothpick, pop it in there, and stick that into our swan. And there you have it, your little swan apple. It's really cool just for when you're making dinner or a salad or whatever the case is, to take something like that, plonk it on top, and it actually just looks really cool. Yeah? So, just a small little idea that you guys can do. But at the same time, I hope you've heard what I've said, and I hope that it's stuff that you guys can apply in your lives. Being strong, being compassionate, and just being good guys. So yeah, that's one of my biggest hopes. That, and I mean, you guys are amazing already, but it's also something that we have to constantly work on. Just being good, being nice, looking after others. So that's my wish, that out of this short little video, that you guys would just basically grab that little bit of information, be good. Yeah? So, that's another episode of Doing It Like That. I love you both very much, and I'll see you on the next one.